Welcome to Key Talking Points.
The podcast that makes learning effortless.
No fluff, no jargon, just clear, engaging explanations.
We break down complex topics so you don't have to.
Let's get straight to the point.
Visit keytalkingpoints.com for more.
Ocracoke Island, tucked away off the coast of North Carolina, is a treasure trove of history and heritage. And right at the heart of this story is its unique dialect, the Toider brogue. It's unlike anything you'd expect to find in the United States.
Yeah. I mean, it's more southwest England than southern America, isn't it? With that mix of Elizabethan tones, Irish lilts, and even a touch of 18th century pirate slang.
Exactly. The island's isolation has been key here. For centuries, it's only been accessible by boat, and that created a bubble, a linguistic time capsule, if you will, preserving a way of speaking that's all but vanished elsewhere.
But it's not just the isolation, is it? I mean, you've got influences pouring in from all these early settlers, English sailors, Native Americans, even pirates like William Howard.
Right. Howard, a former quartermaster on Blackbeard's ship, interestingly bought the island in 1759 after taking a royal pardon. Those early settlers didn't just bring themselves, they brought their words, their accents, and over time they all blended into something beautifully distinct.
Wait, did you just say pirates helped shape the dialect?
I did, and it makes sense, doesn't it? There were no bridges, no commercial flights back then. Ocracoke's remoteness made it a perfect hideout for pirates back in the late 1600s and early 1700s.
That's incredible. And you've still got people on the island today who can trace their ancestry back to these settlers. They're carrying on this dialect like a living artefact.
They are, but it's disappearing. Less than half of the island's 676 residents still speak it fluently now. The world is seeping in through the internet, television, and tourism. Dr. Walt Wolfram, a linguist who studied the dialect for over 20 years, says it'll probably be gone in 1 to 2 generations.
That's heartbreaking. And it's not just the accent, it's the whole cultural identity tied to it. You can see that in the local phrases, can't you? Like mumucking a buck, teasing a friend, or sitting on the pizer instead of the porch.
Yes, even the word Toider itself comes from how locals say high tide. And there's this lovely sense of pride in preserving these quirks, even as they fade. Traditions like the Fig Festival are testament to that. Did you know the island's signature fig cake came about because someone ran out of dates while baking?
I love that story. It sums up the island perfectly. They've always found creative solutions with what they have. But festivals alone can't stop these changes, can they?
No, but they do keep the spirit alive. And while the dialect may evolve or even vanish, the essence of Ocracoke, its resilience, its resourcefulness will live on. After all, it's not just about the words, it's about the community and the stories they tell. Speaking of linguistic time capsules, let's shift our focus to Tangier Island now, another isolated gem just off Virginia's eastern shore. Much like Ocracoke, this is a place where time seems to have stood still, and the dialect carries echoes of the past, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they still speak with traces of 17th century English. Can you imagine that? In the middle of the Chesapeake Bay?
It's incredible. Residents have these elongated vowels, almost like waves, and phrases that you wouldn't even recognise as modern English. Selling cakes doesn't refer to food. It means your fly's down, for example.
Wait, selling cakes means that? That's brilliant. And they've got words like sot for sat or iggy for going to. It's like stepping into a time machine, isn't it?
Exactly. This uniqueness comes from centuries of isolation. For years, boats were the only way on and off the island. That cut Tangier off, linguistically and culturally, basically preserving elements of its early settlers' speech.
Right. And these were settlers from Cornwall, right? Plus, the island developed its own quirks over time. It's not a static snapshot of history. It's like a living, evolving link to the past.
That's it. But, and here's the catch, this way of life is disappearing. Younger generations are leaving, often for jobs on the mainland. And those who stay, well, they're losing the dialect because of modern influences, like satellite TV and the internet.
Yeah, Kids aren't picking up the phrases anymore. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? Eskridge, the mayor, said he's noticed it. It's something like each generation, it just fades a little more.
And the challenges don't stop there. Tangier is literally sinking. Rising sea levels have eroded 2/3 of the island since the 1850s, and without a seawall, experts predict the island could be gone by 2050.
That's terrifying. I mean, imagine this unique dialect, its culture, the people, all disappearing under the water. They're already talking about the islanders becoming climate refugees, aren't they?
Yes, and it's a double-edged sword. Rising waters don't just threaten their homes, they erode the cultural identity tied to the land. For example, the Upards, once connected to Tangier, is now underwater, along with its villages and tombstones.
Oh my, that's devastating. To lose not just land, but living history. But, they're fighting for it, aren't they? The mayor's pushing for that seawall. It's a lifeline, really.
It is. And despite everything, the community remains as resilient as ever. Think about it. They're still working as watermen. They're still gathering on Sundays in the church and, they're still speaking like they've stepped right out of the colonial era. Speaking of resilience, places like Tangier and Ocracoke showcase an incredible ability to hold on to their unique identities, even in the face of modernization. But it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? On one hand, it connects these isolated communities to the broader world. On the other, it slowly erodes the traditions that make them so remarkable.
Absolutely. Every step forward in technology or tourism, it's like one more piece of the past slipping away. But what's fascinating is how these communities are fighting back in their own ways. It's like they're saying, we're not just a footnote in history.
Exactly. Take Ocracoke, for instance. They've got festivals like the Fig Festival. It's not just about baking cakes or dancing. It's about celebrating identity. Did I ever tell you about the first time I had fig cake at that festival?
No, but I'm guessing there's a story there?
Oh, absolutely. So I'm standing there with this slice of fig cake. It's got this rich cinnamony aroma. And I remember thinking, this isn't just a dessert. It's history on a plate. You've got these fig trees planted by early settlers, the practical ingenuity of substituting figs for dates, and now it's a centerpiece of their culture.
I love that. I mean, it's such a beautiful example of how tradition evolves, right? They're adapting to changes, but still holding on to those roots, literally and figuratively.
True. And it's not just about the festivals or the food. Think about how craftspeople on these islands still weave their stories into everything they make. It might be a piece of furniture or a hand-carved trinket, but it carries their history.
And that's so powerful, because even if the dialects fade or the islands themselves change, those stories, they'll live on in the art, the festivals and the memories. It's the resilience of these communities that really stands out, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a reminder that heritage is more than just words or traditions. It's about the people, their creativity, their adaptability, their determination to keep telling their story. And honestly, in a world that's moving so fast, that's something worth celebrating.
Couldn't agree more. And, on that note, I think we've covered a lot today. From pirates preserving accents to fig cakes that embody a legacy. What a journey it's been.
It really has. And that's all for today. Thanks for listening. And until next time, take a moment to honour the stories in your own community. Who knows? You might find a bit of history in something as simple as a slice of cake,